Daddy, Randy, Button.
Good morning, YouTube. Good morning to my Hot Wheels Dad family. I hope you all are staying safe out there. I hope you all are enjoying this time that you have with your families. I hope you are spending time with the kids, learning something new, picking up a hobby. I hope you guys are all giving thanks to God for a beautiful day. Most of all, I hope you guys are all enjoying paying $2 a gallon for gasoline, which is why we are bringing out the Shelby GT500 today. That's right, guys. We are going to get you a video that I've been wanting to do for quite some time. I've owned the car for just over 5 years now, and to be honest, the time of ownership has been amazing. So it's been taking me some time to actually put together a list of things that I do not like about the car. In this video, we are going to be doing a what I hate about my Shelby GT500. I'm not going to do a list. I'm not going to do a top 10. I'm not going to do a top 5. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to let you guys know what I have noticed over the time, or over the course of time of actually owning this car. Now, the things on this list, they are not more so things that I don't like about the car. They're more a list of inconveniences of ownership. Over the course of 5 years, I have noticed would have been nice if you were paying $70,000 for a car. It would have been nice to have these types of things. I will get you that list in just a minute, but before we do, cold start on a 2013 Shelby GT500 in 3, 2, 1. So before we get into today's content, before we get into the video, I want to start it off with today's daily dose of gratitude. I want to thank you guys again for tuning into my channel. I want to thank you guys for the almost 400 subscribers that I have to date. It seems like every time I do an upload, I'm thanking you guys for another 100 more subscribers, so I appreciate it so much. I'm so stoked that you guys are tuning into my channel. Does anyone even use the word stoked anymore? I don't know. I'm not hip to the cool terms that you guys are using these days. 37% of the viewers who watch my channel are in the age group of ages 18 to 24. So you guys, I want to make sure I make good content for you. I want to make sure that you guys are staying engaged. If you guys would leave a comment down below, what are the terms that you guys are using these days? I appreciate it. I'm an old man. To the age group of 25 to 34-year-olds, keep doing what you're doing. Keep on setting goals for yourself. Keep on accomplishing those goals. Keep on going after it. Do what you do. You are the YOLO crowd. Keep on doing it. To the age group of 35 to 44, which I am in, make sure you take your pain meds because back pain is real. And to all the others, the other 1% of viewers to my channel, I say, hi Grandma, hi Aunt Mary, thank you Pops for tuning in. I appreciate it so much. Thank you guys. I couldn't do it without you, all of you. I appreciate it. Now, on to today's content. Limiter because I love the sound that it makes when you hit that. Ba, 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 ba. I don't know why I'm not getting you guys the what I love about this car video first, but oh man, this car just rips. It is amazing. I love taking this car out. I don't get to take it out very often, but when I do, oh, it puts a smile on my face. Right guys, without further ado, let's jump right into this list. And like I said, it's going to be a list. I'm not going to number them, I'm just going to list them off. What I absolutely hate about this GT500. And for the first thing that I do not like about this GT500, let's come around the back of the car here and let's check this out. Okay, for a $70,000 vehicle made in 2013, the technology was there for a rear reverse camera. There is no camera on this car when backing up. Now, I've been driving for 22 years and I don't need a camera to parallel park. I don't need a camera to back up. But it would just be nice for the year of the car to have a reverse camera. As you guys saw in the start of the video, I do back my car into the garage. Having that reverse camera would be helpful when parking. When I come home from taking the car out, I do not back the car into the garage until I make a phone call to my wife to find out if my 2-year-old daughter is in her arms or not. Because she does know how to open doors, and if I were to back up, I'm almost backing up blindly into the garage, and it is hard to see, especially it only being a 2-car garage. So I am a little worried when backing it up, and that is another reason why I would wish this car has a reverse camera on it. All right guys, for the next thing that I absolutely hate about this GT500, we will come around to the front of the car here, and we will come inside of the hood. Have to put the camera down for this one. And that's right guys, that is the next thing that I do not like about this car. It has the prop-up bar to hold up this hood. You cannot open the hood with an easy access like you can with all of the newer cars. All it would have taken for this simple fix is to add a few struts to the corners of this hood, which I haven't done yet. It is next on my mod list. I'm going to add some of these struts to the car, but coming from the factory, it is my opinion that it should have come with those strut braces to lift this hood for easy access. All right guys, so the next thing that I do not like about this car is the brake dust that accumulates on the wheels whenever I take it out. I could have just cleaned this car. In fact, I did just clean this car a few days ago. I've only taken it out for maybe 2 drives, and check this out guys. Brake dust is a killer. The wheels get so dirty all the time. I love the way these wheels look. These are one of my favorite wheels I've ever seen, but the brake dust is just killing me. In my opinion, they should have done carbon ceramic brake pads on these to reduce the brake dust, but I do like the Brembo brakes on there. So the next thing that I absolutely hate about this car is the way that it looks. Now, I am not complaining about the aesthetics of the car. I do like the way that it looks. However, the S197 model, especially the 13 and 14 Shelby GT500, they could have done a little bit of an upgrade to the looks category, differentiating it from the rest of the Mustangs that you see out on the road. Now, if you look at the new Shelby GT500, the 2020 Shelby GT500, just by looking at the car, you can tell that it stands out from the rest. One of my previous videos, when I did show the 2020 Shelby GT500, you will definitely see, especially with the performance pack, you will definitely see the visual differences of the car. Really, the only thing that differentiates this from a 5.0 GT is this hood vent here. You can definitely tell it is not a stock car, and from the front you can see that it does have an open grille here, which for the most part Mustangs do not have. The badging of the Shelby GT500, you also do get a big snake where the 5.0 badges would go, and then on the rear deck lid you get a snake that says Shelby GT500. Now I do understand that if you opt for the stripe packages over the top, yes, you will be able to see that there is a visual difference between this and another Mustang. And it does say Shelby GT500 along the side over here. However, me, myself, I am one of those who do not like the stripes over the top. In fact, I actually did take off the Shelby that was written on the back over here. However, I do believe that they could have done a little bit of a better job with making the visual aspect of this car stand out from the rest of the Mustangs on the road. Now, for the other thing that I do wish this car had, as far as the looks category, we are going to come into the inside of the car. And if you take a look around the car, it does have some visual cues to the GT500. You do get the snake in the headrest. However, the rest of the car is a standard Mustang. You get a ton of plastic. There is plastic everywhere in the car. You do get a little Alcantara on the steering wheel around here, but there's some Alcantara on the seats. But that is about it for the upgrades as far as that goes. Again, plastic everywhere. It is a regular Mustang. I don't even think that's real metal, the door handle. As far as the interior goes, for a $70,000 car, I feel like they should have upgraded the interior a little bit. You do get a Shelby right there. But this, check this out. I mean, this moves around, this little soft piece here, especially when it gets hot out. This little piece moves around. So for the next thing that I do not like about this Shelby GT500, as you guys saw in the beginning of this video, I did a few polls, and I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but you cannot hear the supercharger on the inside of this car. Now, I do know for this model, Ford engineers, they really went into the dug into the supercharger and made it quieter for these particular models. And I don't know if it had to do with, at the time, the current people who bought the car maybe had made some complaints about the previous years, because the 2010 through the 2012 Shelby GT500, you can definitely hear the supercharger whine from inside the car. And personally, it is something that I really love. But I guess that at that time, some of the people who did purchase these cars didn't like that. They would rather have the sound of their exhaust note or the engine roaring. They took out some of that whine. I do know that there are some upgrades that you can do to make that whine a little bit louder. You can add a cold air intake. JLT's intake does increase the volume of the supercharger, but I really do wish for this particular car, especially this model, you would be able to hear that supercharger whine more. The next thing that I do not like about this car, and I did make mention to it in a previous video that I had posted, but the shifts in this vehicle, it is a notchy shifter, which is nice, but under load, when you are shifting from 1 to 2, it is really easy to miss that second gear. I don't know if it's a transmission issue. I don't know if it's a shifter issue. Maybe some of you guys down in the comments can let me know, but for some reason that 1-2 shift I miss all the time. It is really frustrating. The 2 to 3 is usually pretty easy, and then from then on out, from 3 to 4, 4 to 5, it is very smooth. But I don't know, for some reason that 1 to 2 shift, it gets me almost every single time. Okay guys, for the next thing that I absolutely hate about this car is the way that the windows work. Now, when you shut this door, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, the window pops up a little bit, and when you open it, it pops down. And that is an automatic feature that you have on all of the Mustangs. However, over time, I believe that, especially people with tinted windows, I believe that it adds a little scratch down here to the bottom of the window. They could have added more padding through here to make that less visible. I'm gonna walk around and show you guys the passenger side. The passenger side is actually worse. As far as the felt goes, in my opinion, they could have added more padding to stop the scratching of the window, or in my case, the tint. I don't know if you guys can see that line right here, directly in the center of my tint there, and these lines along here. Eventually I will need to have to redo my window tint because of this, and that is really frustrating. So the next thing on this list, you guys, it is going to make both lists for what I love about this car and what I hate about this car. It is so loud. Now, I am not complaining about how loud it is, but my neighbors do. They hate when I start my car in the morning. It is so loud and obnoxious. I love it. I get out on the road, I rip around. It is amazing. I love the sound of it, but not everybody does, which is why this makes both lists. So for the last thing that I absolutely hate about this car, I will bring you back down to this area here. It is going to be the stock tires. I have the stock Eagle F1 tires on here from Goodyear, and they came all around the car, all four sides, but they are terrible. They do not stick at all, and as you can see, the wear on here is horrible. You can see I have some tread back here, but the tread in the front is bad. They are not sticky enough. They do not put the power to the ground. For a stock car of 662 horsepower, they do not put the power down at all. For the rear, I have added these Nitto NT555Rs, and they have been amazing so far. They are the extreme drag radial, and I have no complaints. I hook up so good with these tires. So on a stock wheel, you can get a 305 35R20 on the rear. So it puts a set of meats back here. I think the stocks are 285 or maybe even 275. These stock wheels, you can get a 305 on the back and get you much more traffic. These Nitto drag radials are amazing. I have no complaints. I will continue to run these tires. All right, guys, that is it for my list of what I hate about my Shelby GT500. As you can see, the list is merely just inconveniences. It is not a huge deal. Absolutely do love this car. There is not many things that I would change about it. It is a blast to drive, and it is so much fun to get on the road and rip around. Thank you guys for almost 400 subscriptions to my channel. I cannot do it without you guys. I appreciate it. You guys are the best. You guys rock. I love you guys. I want to thank you guys again for tuning into another episode of my channel. I would really appreciate it if you guys would browse the rest of my channel, check out the rest of the content that I have for you guys. Please subscribe to my channel. It really does help me out. Comment down below what your favorite part about this vehicle is and your favorite part about the Shelby GT500 in general. All years, I love the car, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. I will catch you guys in a next episode. All right, guys, peace.